What is up, brother? Hello, guys. Hello, 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 hello. What is up? I have been reading, learning. That is what's up. That is what's up. And some work is pending for me, but I will do that work eventually. I will do it today. I will do it after the stream. This will be a short stream, maybe 30 minutes. I'm gonna talk to you guys. I'm gonna relax a little bit. Maybe if I don't get enough questions, I'll just even like edit my video while I talk to you guys. So yeah, that's what I plan to do for the next 30 minutes until 9 or something, which I'm going to be live for. Until then, hello, 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 guys. I have my half yearly exams approaching. I just can't find the motivation to do so. What should I do? If you wait for motivation to do anything, that motivation, I can give you guarantee, will never arrive. Because motivation is a temporary feeling. Just like sadness, just like happiness, it is something that comes and goes. So if you rely on motivation to do any task, by all means, you will never properly be able to accomplish that task. Even if you accomplish that task, it might be temporary. Maybe one day you will do it, 2 days you will do it, third day you won't be able to do it. Stop relying on motivation for the task. Do it even when you don't feel like it. Do you think people who are in business, do you think people who are going to their jobs, do you think people have made great big empires all by motivation? They don't do it by motivation. They do it by discipline, they do it by consistency, they do it by curiosity, they do it by love. These are some of the reasons that can actually push you to do something. Do not rely on motivation. Just make it a goal, make it a habit that, okay, every day maybe I'm going to do this little thing. And yeah, by all means, you're not going to feel good. In the starting minutes, you'll have to push yourself. But that is the difference between greatness, between doing something that you don't like, understanding that everything in life is not going to be sunshine and rainbows. It's not like, oh, everyone is going to set the path for you that, oh, bro, come here is the book, this is the syllabus, you're going to have to study. No, you're going to have to push yourself. Most people cannot even do this much. And then they complain, they go on and they say that I lack the motivation or I could not make it. You always have the choice. Choose whatever you want. If you don't want, if you can't find the motivation, if you're waiting for the motivation, then keep waiting. It might never well arrive. But don't rely on motivation. That is my advice to you. In simple words, make it a consistent habit. Do you need motivation to eat your food? You don't, because you know if you don't eat food, you probably won't survive. So treat it as your survival instinct that you have to do something. What is the alternative? The alternative is that you don't study. The alternative is that you do nothing. You waste time, maybe scrolling some reels, doing something, whatever, which might not really give you any sort of benefit in the future. So stop relying on your feelings, on your emotions. Develop a consistent routine with whatever it is that you're doing. And it does not have to be a spectacle, it does not have to be great that you do. You have to do the bare minimum, the basic. Just getting up and sitting on the chair, trying to start something, that will more often than not push you to do something. हेलो तन्मय. कुछ बुक्स कुछ बुक सजेस्ट करो यार, ऐसे कि जिसको पढ़कर और बुक्स पढ़ने की मोटिवेशन आ जाए. अपने गोल को बुक्स पढ़ना मत रखो, अपने गोल को सीखने सीखने का रखो. आई वॉन्ट टू लर्न, आई वॉन्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड. एंड वेन यू डू दैट, डू समथिंग दैट यूर इंटरेस्टेड इन. अगर आपको बुक्स पढ़नी भी है तो ऐसा कोई टॉपिक पढ़ो जिसमें आपको एक्चुअली में लाइफ में प्रॉब्लम आप फेस कर रहे हो. So what is, ask yourself, what is the biggest problem that you're facing in your life right now? It could be maybe you don't have good habits. It could be something like, okay, I'm interested in history, I want to find out more about my country, or I want to find out what happened in Rome back in the day. So any niche topic that you can think of, just chat gpt it कि ये इसके ऊपर बुक्स दो मुझे. Give me a list of books and download that book, a PDF of that book, and start reading. Do not treat it as a syllabus. It is not like the syllabus. Learning in real life it's not like the Indian education system where you have a syllabus, where you have a prescribed schedule of books. Read whatever interests you and you will see the magic. Once you read something or do something that interests you, you will get more motivation automatically to do it. You won't even need motivation. It will come to you as a natural part of your personality. Do you think I need to motivate myself to come and sit on the stream here every day? Probably not. I do it as a part or an extension of my personality because this is very much natural to me. भाई आप एक चीज बताओ कि एमबीए कर रहा है, ऑपरेशंस मैनेजमेंट ले रखा है, आगे जॉब कैसे पाए? By applying to jobs, by looking at what roles are available for whatever you have taken, what are the requirements for that role, and learning all the skills that are required with that role. Talking to more people who are already doing operations management. By making yourself very undisputably skillful, that cannot look at you and refuse to give you a job. Like making yourself so useful. Looking at whatever thing someone in operations management would need. This is the simple framework for getting a job in whatever field it is that you want. I'm a little bit insecure about height. I'm 5'7" at 16.9 at 69 month, 16.9 month. What's your height? My height is 5'6", bro. I'm shorter than you. And that's fine. That's just a phase of your life. You'll have to realize, maybe it will be through mistakes, maybe it will be through a lot of self-realization, that you understand that it is not height at the end of the day that we have evolved as humans to make, like, give that much of importance to, but it is the brain, it is the intelligence, it is our intellect, sorry, not the intellectual, our intellect, our smartness, that we can control, or that we can not even control, that we can live a good life through. It is through our intellect that we can do that. Does that mean that we should ignore our physique? Definitely not. Do whatever you can to the best, but what you cannot control, there is no point of worrying about it. Yeah, and this is a natural course of things. Maybe you will have to grow up and you will have to realize through mistakes, through maybe understanding it in different ways, that height is not what people are after. Your physical traits are not at the core of like whatever you can achieve in your life. It's entirely based on how smart you are, how intellectual you are. And not intellectual, when I say intellectual, it's not book intellect, like you're reading a lot of books, you're book smart. More like, what is it that you have to offer to the world? And that cannot be something physical. It has to be something that comes from your advantage, like your smartness, your brain. Because it is your brain that is at the core of all of these things, not your height or not any of your physical aspect. Hi Dhinchak Pooja. All right. Akash, I have already answered your question. But the thing is that when something is that I have a big goal ahead of me connected to that task, I can easily do that task, but I'm not able to do that right now. Then give yourself smaller goals. Maybe your goals are very unrealistic for the task. If I give myself a goal that I want to go and achieve a body in the next 1 month, I will not be able to find motivation to do it, because it is simply out of my scope of my capacity right now. I simply do not have the capacity to be able to do that. Right now, I'm not even visiting the gym regularly. I'm not even regular to the gym. And if I give myself that, oh, in the next 30 days, this is a big goal, then it's unrealistic. So give yourself a smaller goal in that case. Avoid external motivation. Yo, Suraya Khan. I realized my goals are not even mine. All my goals revolved around getting validation from others rather than mine. How do I know what I really want? That is a very good insight. That is a very good question as well. And I would say that you are going in a good path when you are examining these things. How do you know what you really want? By taking action, really. I'm surprisingly, very coincidentally, the video that I'm going to release today, it's going to be about exactly that. What to do when you don't know what you want. And it's going to have 3 action steps. Basically, talking about how to take action, even when you don't know what you want. And the basic and the essence and the crux of it, really, if you ask me, is that you have to move, you have to do things even when you don't know what you want. That is how you find things that you might like. It's like you're going on the search in your city to find out what is the good food or what kind of food you would enjoy, right? And you want to, the goal is that you need to you need to find what food you might enjoy or what food is sustainable for you. How do you think you will do that? You will go out first and you will start exploring different restaurants. You will eat at different restaurants, right? You will find out, you will learn about your appetite, you will learn about what kind of a palate do you have. That's how you do it, right? But if you don't get out, if you don't take action, then you're never going to get there. So the simple answer for what you need to for what you have asked me is it to take action and move. It does not necessarily have to be a particular direction that you're moving in, but you need to move. And you set, give yourself a goal. Maybe your goal can be to find out what you really want. That is a very valid goal to have, by the way. And in that, you can do trial and error, you can try different things. Now, can I promise you that you will get somewhere where you exactly want? Probably not. But can I promise you that you will understand and you will know more about yourself while you do that? Definitely yes. द सोप्रानोस का सीजन 1 कंप्लीट करने के बाद अब सीजन 2 बोरिंग लग रहा है तो मत देखो. You don't necessarily have to watch all the seasons of things. Like that's what I've realized. This is true for books also and this is true for series also. कि हमें लगता है कि क्योंकि हमने कुछ एक चीज कर दी तो पूरी कंप्लीट करनी पड़ेगी. मत करो. बोरिंग लग रहा है छोड़ दो. जितना जो चीज अच्छे लगे उतनी ही लेनी चाहिए. भैया फुट एंड फीट कितना होता है कंपेयर टू मीटर्स? यार ये तो खुद मुझे नहीं पता. कोई किसी को पता है? आपको पता है तो मुझे बता दो यार. आई एम सीरियस, मुझे नहीं पता. भैया मेरे साथ के सभी फ्रेंड्स करियर में आगे निकल गए लेकिन मैं ही रह गया. पता है कंपैरिजन नहीं करना चाहिए लेकिन बुरा लगता है कि बहुत मेहनत करने के बाद भी कुछ नहीं मिला. This is why I keep telling people that see the out never look at the outcomes, because the outcomes only tell you half the story of what people have achieved. It might seem like when you see other people who are successful, and how do you define successful? Probably by digital, not digital, by different materialistic things, like, oh, this guy has a car, this guy has achieved a home or whatever, which is okay and all right. But you need to look at their lives. Are they happy? Are they the ideal for you? Are they the ideal? Not idol, ideal. Would you live that kind of a life? Whatever they have done, would you go through that? If you are ready to go through that, sure, go ahead and make them an ideal. But if you are not, if that is not even the ideal kind of life that you want, then why are you looking at them? Why are you comparing yourself to them? Do you think that they have achieved the pinnacle of happiness? Probably not. So what is your goal? It is your goal is to achieve whatever is good for your own self, not what is good for others. And it is very easy to think that just because others have achieved it and they show that they're happy with that, that is what you want. But everyone is different. You need to understand that. And also everyone's timeline is different. All you can do personally is that you can keep moving forward in your own direction. Now, do you need to bother about what others are doing? You will probably always come up with comparisons, no matter what. If even if you go and ask those successful people, they tell you that they are comparing themselves to someone else. So how do you end this cycle? By not looking at others, by only taking yourself in account and moving respectfully, loving yourself, and having this self image of success towards yourself, that this is what I am. Maybe I'm not where I want to be, but one thing about me is that I'll never stop. I'll keep going ahead no matter what. And that needs to be enough. And when you understand this, when you realize this, that is when you will truly achieve freedom. Otherwise, you'll never be free. You will always be thinking that, oh, there are thousands of people who will always have something more than you have. And as a result, those people or the things that they have achieved will always torment you. You will be like, oh, this guy has that, this guy has the. It doesn't matter. See, that's why I keep telling the secret to a career is not what you can achieve from that career, but it is how you feel when you do something in that career, how you feel when you're doing something towards your own purpose. That is what matters much more than the outcome. It might seem like it is once you get the outcome, it is going to be like amazing. But trust me, people have already achieved the outcome and they have reported that, oh, they still feel unfulfilled. So it never ends. It never ends. It's a never ending story. But what is a good approach? It is to look at yourself, to understand yourself, and to keep moving in the direction to you towards your own greatness. That is the best you can do. How long should I try something? Watching from Kashmir, sir. Hi, great to know that, Mir Irfan. Bhaiya, what is one of the best career advice you have ever received? The advice that I keep telling everyone, to do what I love, to do what interests me more than to do what I think has scope or to do what others tell me, and to make a career out of that. Because when I'm doing something that even remotely interests me or something that I find a purpose or a cause behind, I'm much more likely to be more productive in the long term and to actually make an empire, to make a business, to make a career out of that, than doing something purely for the sake of it, or for the sake of scope, or for the sake of money. And that is what I've been wholeheartedly following. That is what redirects me all the every time I'm confused, and I've seen it working for myself. Hi, Unstoppable Fitness. Hi, someone called Curious. Thanks for such great reply. Also, your ideas are very similar to Hindu philosophy. That's because I read all sorts of philosophy. I've read lots of philosophy. I've read lots of scriptures. I've read, and yeah, I've found them to be something that gives me peace and freedom. Like that's my ultimate goal. And all of that in this life, not some weird afterlife. All right, that's what I believe. But how can we follow the same? By taking action, by taking unabashed action. What does unabashed action mean? It means like you don't have to think, you have to do some tasks in your day which are like absolutely irreplaceable. That okay, this is my task, this is my purpose, and I will do this much at least every day. For me, that's personal YouTube, but you have to figure your what is it for you, your simple action step that you have to do every day. For me, it's going coming live. For me, it's posting a video every day. And while I do that, the rest of the free time that I have, I can do whatever I want. But this is the direction that I need to keep moving forward. How long should I try something to know that's for me or not? I tried learning about SEO and it's really boring, but I'm pushing myself. There is no arbitrary number that you can use to find out if there is something for you or not. But what you need to use is your own feelings, your own heart. You need to know that when you're doing this on a regular basis, is there something that you're getting like interested in? Is there something that when you're not even doing that, you're getting thoughts about this, that oh, SEO, like this is what I've been doing, so how can SEO help people, how can it impact the lives of people, how can it improve my life? Are you thinking about that particular thing? If not, probably. And if every time you do it you feel like you feel completely repulsed, then that is probably not something that you can do very like for long term, right? So you need to look at sustainability. You don't need to, the problem with careers or problem with when we're trying to do something in our lives is that we look at it from a very short term angle, that okay, I'll do this for 6 months and I'll get the results, I'll get lots of money and I'll be done. But that's not how life works. Usually when you're doing something, 6 months are nothing to accomplish something. So what you need to look at is in the long term of life, that by the end, by your end goal is the same thing applies for weight loss as well. You'll find a lots of people, they will go on a temporary diet, they will lose some weight and then they'll gain it back. That's what actually happens, by the way. Statistically, people who lose weight through these crash diets, they are more likely to gain weight, and usually all of them gain weight. I myself have done that. Okay, I've lost weight, I've also gained it back. But if my life, if I was to make something that is more sustainable, that okay, maybe I can have a sweet once in a while, maybe I'll also have the foods that other people might restrict themselves from in a conventional diet, I might not achieve my weight loss goal in 6 months or 1 year, but in the long term, in the next 5 years, I might be able to make a sustainable plan where I can be fit, I can be healthy, and at the same time I can enjoy my own foods that I like. So make a plan for for yourself, with something in this way. Use this mindset or use this framework, that whatever you're doing, you need to think of it in sustainable terms. Can I sustain this personality of mine? Can I sustain this work ethic for the longest amount of time? So don't fall for these illusions, or for these all these notions that oh, you need to work hard, you need to hustle every day 12 hours. Nobody's working 12 hours a day, and people who are working for 12 hours a day, they are not getting quality workout. Deep quality work is much more impactful than shallow work, where you're giving maybe 12 hours to something, but you're definitely not going to put in the work that people with like 2 hours of deep work are going to achieve. And the basic essence of what I just said is that look at long term. What is it that you would do if there is no money involved? What is it that you naturally do? What is something that you do even for free? This right now, the live, I'm doing almost for free. Like I mean, of course, I have my own self interest, but this is mostly like, even when I was not getting any money from YouTube, I was still doing it. Even when there was no monetization, even when I was not getting the views, even when there was like one person watching my live stream, I was still doing it. Even when there were no one watching my live stream, I was still doing it, because I wanted to make myself comfortable in front of the camera. I always wanted to express my ideas, I always wanted to be good at this shit, right? Which degree you pursue after your 12th class? It was BCA for me. I pursued BCA. Hello, Krish Earns. Guys, please don't repeat your questions. I can look at them at once. मेरी एक प्रॉब्लम है, जब मुझे कुछ भी रिप्रेजेंट या कोई भी काम करना होता है तो मैं खुद को डाउट करता हूं लोगों के सामने. फेक इट टिल यू मेक इट. आपको क्या लगता है कि जिन्होंने भी जो भी कॉन्फिडेंटली कोई चीज करते हैं, क्या वो हमेशा से इतने कॉन्फिडेंट होते हैं? ऐसा नहीं होता. लोग कोई भी चीज को बार बार करते हुए ही कॉन्फिडेंस गेन करते हैं. यू विल सी दिस एवरीवेयर. अगर कोई वर्कआउट करने जा रहा है अपने पहले दिन जिम में, तो हमेशा उसमें उसमें थोड़ा सेल्फ डाउट होगा, उसको पता नहीं होगा कि क्या सही है क्या गलत है. बट द की टू गेटिंग गुड एट समथिंग इज कि वो डाउट को जियो. इट इज वेरी मच बेटर कि आप वो अभी करके वो फीलिंग को फील करो, क्योंकि वो फीलिंग को बार बार फील करोगे तो आपको अपने आप कॉन्फिडेंस आएगा. अगर आप एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हो कि पहले ही रिप्रेजेंट करने में या पहली बार में कोई चीज को करके परफेक्शन आ जाएगा, आपको बिल्कुल भी वो डर नहीं लगेगा, तो ऐसा नहीं होने वाला. In fact, even people who have achieved so much that you would look at their profile and you'd be like, damn, this guy has everything in his life. Even they take on greater challenges. तो हमेशा हर इंसान का एक लेवल होता है, तो लेवल को ग्रेजुअली ही आप ऊपर जा सकते हो. अगर आप एम या अगर आप विश करते हो कि मैं सीधा 0 से मैं 5 लेवल पे पहुंच जाऊं, तो वैसा नहीं होने वाला। तो हर चीज का लेवल होता है, उस लेवल की रिस्पेक्ट करना सीखो। अगर कोई भी चीज में अच्छा होना है तो उसको बार बार करना पड़ेगा। इफ यू वांट टू रिप्रेजेंट, अगर आप प्रेजेंटेशन में अच्छा से नहीं कर पाते तो आ, तो बार बार करो, लोगों के सामने जाओ, देखो आपको क्या फीलिंग हो रही है, एंड फिर देखो कि यार कितना इररेलेवेंट है वो फीलिंग। लोग कोई भी चीज का मजाक उड़ाएंगे, लोग चीजों के बारे में बात करेंगे, आपको गलती से ही सीखना है। योर मिस आपकी जो गलतियां है ना वो आपको ज्यादा सिखाएगी अपने बारे में, रादर देन ऑल द थियोरेटिकल लेसन्स। मैं आपको यहाँ पे 50,000 चीजें भी बोल दूं, लेकिन जब तक आप वो फीलिंग फील नहीं करोगे ना, बार बार लोगों के सामने जाके आप नहीं करोगे ना, तो कुछ कुछ फायदा नहीं होने वाला। सो आपको अपने आप को सामने डालना होगा लोगों के। दैट इज हाउ यू गेट कॉन्फिडेंस। आपको क्या लगता है, ये लाइफ मेरी पहली है, क्या मैं ऐसे बात क्यों कर पा रहा हूँ? क्या मैं पहली बार यहाँ पे आके लोगों के सामने बात कर रहा हूँ? मैं 1 साल से ज्यादा से कर रहा हूँ ये चीज को, एंड दैट इज हाउ मैं ये आराम से कर पाता हूँ। अभी भी मेरे पास चैलेंजेस होते हैं, ऐसा नहीं कि मैं सारे सवालों के परफेक्ट क्वेश्चन के आंसर देता हूँ। आई कुड बी बेटर। मैं अभी भी लोगों को ज्यादा क्लैरिटी दे सकता हूँ, मेरा अलग लेवल भी है अभी। मैंने तो इतना ही किया होगा, मे बी मैं पहले यहाँ पे था, मैं थोड़ा ऊपर आया हूँ। मे बी एक और साल करने में मैं थोड़ा और ऊपर आऊंगा, फिर और ऊपर आऊंगा, एंड कभी भी खत्म नहीं होगा। सो लर्निंग कभी खत्म नहीं होती। ठीक है भाई, कॉलेज में बहुत टॉक्सिक फ्रेंड सर्कल मिल गया है। देखो, टॉक्सिसिटी सब जगह मिलेगी आपको। आपको फ्रेंड सर्कल बहुत सारी जगहों पर मिल सकते हैं, ऐसे लोग जो शायद आपको नहीं पसंद आएंगे, बट आपका काम है कि आप ट्राई करते रहो दूसरे दोस्तों ढूंढने। अगर आपको लग रहा है बहुत ज्यादा टॉक्सिक है तो चेंज करो अपने फ्रेंड सर्कल को, आप सोल्यूशन ढूंढो चीजों का। ठीक है, टॉक्सिक फ्रेंड सर्कल है तो दूसरा फ्रेंड सर्कल बनाओ, या तो उस सर्कल में जाकर बात करो कि क्या आप कर सकते हो। आप उनको बताओ कि यार देखो मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है, ये प्रॉब्लम है। और अगर नहीं बताना चाहते तो चेंज करो, उनके साथ मत रहो। अगर रहना पड़ेगा, आपकी मजबूरी है, तो फिर आप थोड़ा समझो, आप देखो कि ठीक है आगे जितना करना पड़ रहा है वो मैं करूंगा, बाकी का मैं दूसरे दोस्त बनाऊंगा। मैं ऐसे लोगों की कंपेनियनशिप ढूंढूंगा जो मुझे पसंद आ रही है, क्योंकि आपको दुनिया में कोई भी चीज, कोई बंदूक आपके सर पर रखकर नहीं करवा सकता। तो चॉइस आपकी है। सर, आई एम 22, आई वाज डूइंग डिप्लोमा, कॉलेज ही फेक निकला, फेक लाइसेंस, नाउ आई डोंट हैव एनी डिग्री। गेट गेट अ रियल डिग्री, देन गेट अ रियल डिग्री, इट्स फाइन। अब जो हो गया है उसका आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते। व्हाट यू कैन डू राइट नाउ इज, या तो आप कोई ऑनलाइन डिग्री कर सकते हो, ऑनलाइन डिस्टेंस वाली, लर्निंग वाली, या तो आप कोई कोर्स ले सकते हो, सम कोर्स विच विल टीच यू अ स्किल। इट कैन बी डेटा साइंस कोर्स, कोई भी कोर्स, एआई कोर्स, समथिंग दैट विल गिव यू समथिंग टू स्टार्ट विद। आप एक बेस ढूंढो और उस बेस से वापस रिस्टार्ट करो। जितना टाइम निकल गया उसके बारे में मत सोचो, स्किल के बारे में सोचो। थिंक इन टर्म्स ऑफ स्किल, राइट? हेलो सत्यम। ब्रो आंसर, ब्रो मैंने आंसर किया है, मैंने बहुत लोगों को आंसर किया है। देर आर मोर क्वेश्चंस आई सी, लेकिन बाय द वे गाइस, अगर आप ऐसे ही गाइडेंस चाहते हो, आप मुझसे काउंसलिंग चाहते हो, आप चाहते हो कि मैं आपके सवालों का जवाब दूं मोर पर्सनलाइज तरीके से, शायद आपसे वन ऑन वन कॉल पर, तो आप कमेंट्स चेक कर सकते हो। ये चैट चेक कर सकते हो, मेरा मतलब जिसमें पिंड चैट में मैंने लिंक दी हुई है जहां से आप मेरे साथ वन ऑन वन कॉल पर आ सकते हो। एंड बात रही क्वेश्चंस आंसर करने की, सो ओके, आई विल आंसर अ फ्यू मोर क्वेश्चंस। व्हाट डू यू थिंक इज द बेस्ट ड्राइविंग फोर्स अचीविंग सक्सेस, डिजायर और फियर? फॉर मी, आई पर्सनली थिंक इट इज लव। For achieving success, a personal success, it is love, and love is the best base to build for yourself. Agar Kyunki if you have some sort of a desire or fear that you are achieving things out of, it will crumble, because fear in itself is like, what it is, fear, it is like being afraid of something. So whatever fear can give you is probably not going to be very sustainable in the long term. So it is love that I think should be the base of whatever you want to achieve. And when you achieve something out of love, that is something that will always stay with you in the long term, and it will always liberate you. It will give you freedom. That's what my personal opinion is. हेलो विक्रम। मैं ठीक हूँ यार, मैं ठीक हूँ। बस यार चल रहा है, सब कुछ चल रहा है। आप बताओ, आप कैसे हो यार? इसके बाद थोड़ा काम है यार मुझे, और फिर जिम जाने की वो है, इरादा है जिम जाने का। सो दैट इज व्हाट आई प्लान फॉर द रेस्ट ऑफ द डे। एंड अच्छा चल रहा हूँ यार, आई एम फीलिंग वेरी फ्रेश। भैया आज से एक नंबर लेवल में स्किल बिल्डिंग कोर्सेज एंड ऑल ले लिया, पार्ट टाइम टीचिंग कर रही हूँ। ग्रेट ग्रेट अवनी, ग्रेट अवनी, कीप इट अप। टीचिंग इज वेरी अंडररेटेड एज अ स्किल, यू नो, आप लोगों को समझ में नहीं आता, बट आई थिंक द नेक्स्ट फ्यू इयर्स जो अच्छे से समझा सकता है, समवन हु कैन टीच, इज गोइंग टू बी more valuable. The value is never going to drop for that, especially with AI coming. What I see is that people are completely relying on things for AI, but one thing that AI will never be able to truly replace is AI cannot teach you. It cannot give you that level of care that a human can. And it can only be coming from a human. It can come from a personal touch. Now let's say all of these questions that you guys ask me, for example, right, you could have asked AI, right, and it could give you an answer, but you won't feel the same. You won't get the same amount of help that you would get from another human. So teaching is a very underrated skill, guys. Like, that is also one skill set that I would advise all of you guys to get good at. Whatever you want to learn, I mean, whatever you're interested in, right, see that how can you explain that to other people. This is actually a skill or a technique that an Oscar winning, like a guy who was very highly I don't even know the certificates or the achievements that he had, but Richard Feynman, he was a scientist, right? A scientist or a physician, right? Basically he had like a great amount of contribution to whatever, like in the physics field, I think, right? And his number one advice was that whatever you want to learn, teach it to others, teach it to others. And when you teach things to others, you will learn it better. And no, I don't do only career consultations. Career consultations is part of what I do, but I also give like philosophy, psychology. I give answers for all sorts of problems, all the things through my own experience. Everything that I have made a mistake in, I teach. अच्छा भाई, मस्त रहो और फिट रहो भाई। यार फिट तो होने की कोशिश हो रही है पूरी। अभी तो फिट नहीं हूं उतना, बट हो रही है, कोशिश जरूर हो रही है। ठीक है मेरे भाई। I am from Nepal. I want to study computer engineering. Should I go abroad or what to do, bro? So confused. If you want to study computer engineering, then start coding. Simple सी चीज है. You don't, in this day and age, you don't need to ask what degree you need to choose. You need to ask what skill can I learn that will make me a good computer science engineer. What skill can I learn that will make me a good marketer? What skill can I learn that will make me a good salesman? In case of salesman, talk to as many people. Try and influence them. Try and like very earn someone's trust. That is what will make you good skills, like a good salesman. If you want to learn marketing, how can I marketing is a little bit complex, but marketing in simple terms is like how can I get as many eyeballs as possible, right? Like let's say there's you want to market for a random product, okay, or a service. How can you interest other people? Let's say I have a particular thing, okay. Let's say this is the wallet, okay, and this is a wallet, and I want to raise all of you guys attention towards this wallet. So all marketing is about is how can I very wisely integrate this thing into my live stream. How can I, while talking, maybe while giving this answer, I randomly did this. Like this is kind of marketing, right? Like you might not notice this, but I've actually pitched this wallet. Oh, this wallet is really great, by the way. This wallet I got from here. This is literally marketing. So marketing is finding unique ways to present a problem to other people. So look at every field and look at what are the skills that you need to get in order to get good at that field. And it's very much interconnected. It's a whole world. It's a universe, and it's very beautiful, right? What else did I tell you? Computer science. Let's say computer science. What are the skills that you need to be good at computer science? You need to be able to code. You need to be problem solving. At the core of all skills, by the way, is problem solving. So you will need to be solving problems in order for people to pay you, for employers to hire you. Why would you guys be on my live stream? Why would you guys be listening to whatever I have to say? It's only when I solve your problems. It's only when you feel that okay, you can get something out of it. Maybe you can get some solution to your problem. You can get some sort of clarity. Or either that, or you can get some sort of an entertainment. You can get some relaxation. So that is at the core of everything. And you can feel that yeah, you've been educated, you've learned something. So look at things in this terms, all right? Problem solving terms, in skills term, not in the degrees term. That oh, what degree can I do? Oh, what job can I go for? All of these are robotic terms, which Indian education system has taught us, or education system in general has taught us, that they have made us slaves. That you need to do this degree, you need to go through this much class, you need to go through this much accreditation. Nothing comes close to practical. If you can do the practical of something, then you can beat theory always. Practical action beats theory 100, if not 195% of the times, all right? So guys, keep this in your mind. Congratulations for 7K, by the way. Thank you, Akhil. Thank you. भाई अभी भाई फिटनेस टू अचीव कर ली है थोड़ी, बस स्किल सीख के साइड इनकम निकालना है फॉर प्रोटीन. तो आप अभी प्रोटीन कैसे पूरा कर रहे हो अपना? Try high intense, you mean HIIT? It will tremendously increase strength. Intense low rep trainings, high intense low rep trainings. Sure, that's something that I've been trying actually, Akhil. मैं basically दो ही exercise करता हूँ. Maybe I'm planning chest today. So what I'm going to do is only 2 exercises. Of course, it's going to involve dumbbells, by the way. It's going to involve like weights, and I can lift pretty decent weights, okay? Can we consult you for other problems too? Sure, you can. Sure, you can. But that's going to be it for today, guys. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to be able to take any more questions from you guys today. Apart from this, by the way, I come live every day if you guys don't know. And other than that, if you really want an answer to your problems and you want me to give you a one-on-one personal consultation, then you can check the pinned chat where I have given a link where you can book a call with me. And of course, apart from that, if you want the free resource, it is my channel. Feel free to look at all my videos and make notes of whatever I have to share, because that's where I share all the practical or like all the knowledge that I have. Please, Dubey, I've gotten it, but Dubey, I'll answer you actually, because I've seen that you've been asking this question. I haven't answered your question. Only I'll take one last question from Dubey. I'm doing my 12th from NIOS boards. I have to know that it gives me a good future or not. See, anything that you do, right, you cannot get a guarantee for it. That is the number one mindset that you need to change. If you think that anybody will come and give you guarantee, then you're not going to get that guarantee. It's basically like you're asking me that, oh, I'm doing this so and so thing. Can you give me a guarantee? Can you tell me 100% that I'll make money from it, that it will give me a good future? I can't tell you. I can't tell you. What I can tell you is that if you're good at something, you will get return on it. You will get paid for it, and you will probably secure your future as well. So the only advice that I would have is to not look at these things, or not look for things which other people will give you guarantee from. Because even if they give you guarantee, it might be lies, because they are giving you guarantee from their own perspective. What might give me a good future might not give you the same future, right? So if I was to tell you that I love chocolate, does it mean that you will also like chocolate? You probably won't. You All our taste buds are different. So understand, do not look for answers like this. Do not ask questions like this. Change your mindset a little bit. Become good at whatever you are doing. If you can become good at whatever your task is, if it is studying, then study well. If it is like you want to be an engineer, then write code or something of that sort, right? And if you do that, be rest assured that you will get the results. If you can't do that, then nobody's guarantee will work. भाई इग्नोर मत करा करो, बुरा लगता है यार। मैं इग्नोर नहीं कर रहा हूं यार, मैं किसी को भी। आप देखो खुद यार, कितने क्वेश्चंस हैं, मैं सारों के तो आंसर नहीं दे सकता ना भाई। आजकल कोई भी स्किल करना बैठता हूं तो लगता है इसमें करियर बनेगा, इसमें अच्छा पैसा बना पाओगा या नहीं, दिस इज माई इंटरेस्ट और नॉट। विच इज वाई आई कीप सेइंग नर्डी इंचैंटो कि कोई भी स्किल को पैसे से मत तोलो, कोई भी स्किल को अपनी एबिलिटी से तोलो कि क्या मैं ये कर सकता हूँ, क्या मुझे ये करते करते मजा आ रहा है कि नहीं। एंड मजा नॉट इन दैट सेंस कि यार मुझे हर एक मिनट इंजॉयमेंट आ रहा है, मोर लाइक मुझे क्यूरियोसिटी बढ़ रही है क्या ये चीज को करके, क्या मुझे ये लग रहा है कि यार मुझे इसको सॉल्व करना चाहिए। जैसे मैं आपको मेरी लाइव स्ट्रीम का एग्जाम्पल देता हूँ। देर आर वेरी गुड चांसेस कि दुनिया में अगर आप जाके इतने करोड़ों लोगों को पकड़ो, तो उनमें से बहुत ऐसे लोगों के जिनको यहाँ पे लाके बैठा दो तो वो नहीं कर पाएंगे ये चीज। भले उनको पैसे चाहिए इस चीज से, उनको यूट्यूबर बनना है, लेकिन अगर मैं बोलूं कि देखो दिस इज व्हाट इट टेक्स टू बिकम अ यूट्यूबर, कि आपको हर रोज आके लोगों के सवालों का जवाब देना होगा। यू हैव टू सॉल्व प्रॉब्लम्स इवन व्हेन यू डोंट गेट मनी फ्रॉम इट। चांसेस आर कि ज्यादातर लोग क्विट कर देंगे। मुश्किल से 1 महीने टिक पाएंगे, मुश्किल सबसे ज्यादा 2 महीने डिसिप्लिन से, चलो 1 महीने टिक पाएंगे, उससे ज्यादा वो नहीं कर पाएंगे। क्योंकि वो उनका उनका क्या है, उनको भले यूट्यूबर बनना है, उनको पैसा कमाना है, उनको पता है यूट्यूब से बहुत पैसा कमा सकता है, लेकिन उनका इंटरेस्ट नहीं है। मैं हूं यहाँ पे, मैं ये करता आया हूं जब से मेरा कोई व्यूज नहीं आते थे, कुछ रिजल्ट नहीं मिलता था, कुछ पैसे नहीं आते थे, तब से मैं करते जा रहा हूं। मेरा क्या फायदा था? मैं ये देखकर मैं अभी भी लाइक व्हेन आई एम आंसरिंग यू गाइस, मेरा मेरा उतना क्या है, लाइक आई कैन चूज टू आंसर, आई कैन नॉट चूज टू आंसर। चैनल तो बढ़ेगा, व्यूज तो आएगी मुझे, क्योंकि आई हैव द फॉर्मूला एंड आई एम रिपीटिंग इट। आई नो आई हैव वैल्यू टू गिव रिगार्डलेस। तो मैं ये पूरे कॉन्फिडेंस से, मैं अपनी चाहत से कर रहा हूँ। आई एम डूइंग इट आउट ऑफ लव। आई नो, आई मीन ऑफ कोर्स मेरा सेल्फ इंटरेस्ट है कि मुझे ये चीज करने में मजा तो आता है, साथ में पैसे भी बनेंगे ही अल्टीमेटली, बिकॉज आई एम गिविंग दैट मच वैल्यू। लेकिन द पॉइंट इज कि इवन इफ मनी इज नॉट बीइंग मेड, आई विल स्टिल डू दिस थिंग। So whatever skill that you're trying to learn, remove the money aspect from it. I know it is very difficult, but you have to think in that terms. Because if you are only blindly chasing money, then everything makes you money. Then exactly what is it? You're never going to be able to stick to a skill in that way. All right. So that is the answer for you. And that I believe should answer a lot of questions for all of you guys. भाई ये आपको पता है, सबको नहीं शायद। किस चीज की बात कर रहे हो आप? इन वर्ल्ड पीपल को ऐसे देख सकते हैं क्या कि कहीं ना कहीं पैसे के पीछे रनिंग। यार आप देखो, जाके पूछो लोगों को, ज्यादातर लोगों की मोटिवेशन सिर्फ वही होती है, पैसों की ही होती है, एंड दैट इज वेयर दे आर गोइंग रॉन्ग। एंड यू विल सी, यही सेम लोग जो पैसे के पीछे भाग रहे हैं, उनको अगर पूछ लो कि आपने कितने पैसे कमाए ये सेम अप्रोच से, तो बोले कि ज्यादा तो नहीं, मैं तो खुश भी नहीं हूं, पैसे भी नहीं कमाए। तो फिर क्या कमाया, क्या किया आपने? आपका माइंडसेट गलत हुआ, मतलब आप समझे नहीं, आप बेवकूफ हो। आपकी गलती है ना, आपके पास चॉइस थी। कौन बोल रहा था आपको? आई नो कि इट्स अ नेचुरल थिंग कि बहुत लोगों को लगता है कि पैसों की कमी है, लेकिन ये मिडिल क्लास माइंडसेट है। एंड दिस इज व्हाट लाइक वी कीप स्टक इन। इट इज ओके टू बी इन दिस माइंडसेट, क्योंकि मैं भी यही माइंडसेट में था, मुझे बहुत सारे साल लगे इस माइंडसेट से हटने में। बट आई रियली होप कि आप लोग ये गलती ना करो एंड रियलाइज करो कि पैसों के पीछे भागने में आपकी पूरी लाइफ निकल जाएगी, और पैसे भी नहीं आएंगे, और जो आप ढूंढ रहे थे वो भी नहीं मिलेगा, सुकून भी नहीं मिलेगा। सो थोड़ा समझो, सोचो चीजों के बारे में, लुक एट द लॉन्ग टर्म सस्टेनेबल थिंग्स। डीएचएच सुनते हो? डीएचएच क्या होता है यार? इफ यू कैन टेल मी द वो शॉर्ट फॉर्म, आई मीन द लॉन्ग फॉर्म, तो मैं आपको बता सकता हूँ डीएचएच क्या, लाइक सुनता हूँ कि जो भी है। मे बी इट्स अ म्यूजिक बैंड दैट I missed the whole life again. Yeah, I couldn't keep up with my CA preparation. That's fine. That's fine. You can watch this live after, like, because I don't delete any of my lives. I keep it there for the viewing. अब मैं आपको एग्जांपल देता हूँ यार। मैं जो सवाल का जवाब दे रहा था ना स्किल्स के बारे में, अगर आपको कोई भी स्किल करने के टाइम पे लगता है कि पैसे पैसे पैसे, तो मैं आपको एग्जांपल देता हूँ। मैं जब यहाँ पे आया था, मैंने ओरिजिनली एम किया था कि मैं 30 मिनट करूंगा। मैं हर रोज एम करता हूँ कि मैं कम ही करूंगा, ज्यादा 1 घंटा मुझे नहीं एक्सटेंड करना। लेकिन हर रोज कुछ ना कुछ करके 1 घंटा एक्सटेंड हो जाता है। पता है आपको क्यों? क्योंकि मुझे इतना मजा आता है ये चीज को करने में। लाइक आई कैन डू दिस इवन फॉर 2 आवर्स। मैंने की भी है, मैंने 2-2 घंटे की भी लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग की है। एंड मैं, मुझे जितने भी घंटे आप बैठा के प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग करवा लो, बातें करवा लो, कैमरा के सामने बैठा लो, मैं कर लूंगा, मुझे फर्क नहीं पड़ता। इट्स लाइक माई नेचुरल स्टेट। तो अब आप खुद पूछो, सोचो समझो थोड़ा, कि मुझे यहाँ पे बैठा दो वर्सेस समवन। आप मान लो, आप ठीक है, पुट योर सेल्फ हुएवर इज लिसनिंग, मान लो कि आपको यूट्यूबर बनना है, और आपका आपका एम है यूट्यूबर बनने का, कि आपको पैसे कमाने हैं। हु डू यू थिंक विल लास्ट मोर? ट्रस्ट मी। If you understand this much, right, there's lots of value in this learning, or in this thought process, in this mindset. आई थिंक आप जॉब करते हो यूट्यूब के साथ साथ। नहीं नहीं यार, नहीं करता, यूट्यूब ही मेरा काम है। भाई मेरे साथ यही हो रहा है, लो व्यूज से कुछ मंथ डाल के छोड़ देता हूँ। इसलिए तो मैंने बोला ना विक्रम जी कि आपकी मोटिवेशन व्यूज नहीं होनी चाहिए, आपकी मोटिवेशन जो भी चीज आप कर रहे हो, जो भी आपका इंटरेस्ट है वो होनी चाहिए, कि आपको वो चीज को करने में जेन्युइनली मजा आना चाहिए। जब आपको वो मजा आएगा ना, तो वो चीज आप ऑटोमेटिकली दूसरे लोगों को सिखाना चाहोगे, वो मैसेज को आप दूसरे लोगों तक पास करना चाहोगे। बिकॉज आप लाइव स्ट्रीम में आप शाम में ही आते हो, अरे शाम में आता हूँ तो मतलब मैं क्या पूरे दिन लाइव ही करते रहूँ क्या? हर चीज जो सिखानी होती है, या हर चीज जिसको बांटना होता है उसको लिमिट में ही बांट सकता है। अगर मैं पूरे दिन यहाँ पे बैठकर करूंगा तो मेरी क्वालिटी अच्छी नहीं होगी ना लाइव स्ट्रीम की। हो सकता है कि मैं पूरे दिन बैठकर लाइव करूं, लेकिन क्या क्वालिटी वही सेम होगी जो मैं आधे घंटे या 1 घंटे में आके सॉल्व करता हूँ लोगों की? नहीं होगी। तो उससे अच्छा है ना कि 1 घंटे में दूं या आधे घंटे में वो जो वैल्यू दूं, लेकिन वो इतनी इनफ हो कि वो आपको लाइफ टाइम चल जाए, वो आपको 1 महीने तक वो वैल्यू चल जाए। मोस्ट लोगों को अगर वो मेरी बात सुन ले, अगर वो उनकी क्लैरिटी मिल जाए मेरे लाइव स्ट्रीम से, तो उनको वापस नहीं आना पड़ेगा मेरे पास। दैट इज द मैजिक ऑफ वट एवर आई टेल यू हियर। इफ दे अंडरस्टैंड द कोर मैसेज ऑफ वट आई एम ट्राइंग टू टीच देम, it will make them self sufficient, it will make them some, it will teach them fishing, like it's the same thing कि अगर आप किसी को खाना खिलाना चाहते हो, तो क्या आप उनको एक टाइम का खाना खिला सकते हो, या तो आप उनको खाना कैसे कुक करते हैं, बनाते कैसे, वो सिखा सकते हो। तो अगर आपने किसी को एक टाइम का खाना खिला दिया तो हो सकता है कि वो एक टाइम आपने उनका पेट भर दिया, लेकिन अगर आपने किसी को कुक करना सिखा दिया, इफ यू टीच देम हाउ टू मेक फूड, तो वो पूरी जिंदगी आपने उनको सिखा दिया कि कैसे खाना खाता है, एंड वो कभी भी भूखे नहीं रहेंगे। So that is what I do. बट हम तो आते हैं आफ्टर अंडरस्टैंडिंग। अलग बात है ना, अलग बात है। There is also scope. Whatever I have to tell you, there's so much that I can tell you. There's so much that you can learn from me. बट ऑफ कोर्स व्हाट मैटर इज ऑल्सो इम्प्लीमेंटेशन। तो अगर आप इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहे हो, उसको इम्प्लीमेंट करते करते आ रहे हो, देन देयर इज अ डिफरेंस। बट अगर आप सिर्फ क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हो, अगर आप उसको एक्शन में नहीं ले रहे, आप बिलीव नहीं कर रहे हो, तो देन आई कांट हेल्प यू विद दैट, राइट? आप मेडिटेशन करते हो, मैं कभी कभी करता हूँ, हर रोज नहीं करता हूँ, नॉट रेगुलर विद दैट। आपका फोन कौन सा है? मींस लाइफ में क्लैरिटी थोड़ी डल रहती है। फोन मेरा अच्छा है, बट मैं फोन से नहीं कर रहा हूँ ये लाइफ, मैं ये लैपटॉप से कर रहा हूँ ये लाइफ को, इसलिए। भाई कैसे हो? मैं बढ़िया हूँ यार। यूवी जी आप कैसे हो? देखो, किसी भी चीज का डर हटाना हो ना, तो उसका वर्स्ट इमेजिन करो। व्हाट इज द वर्स्ट दैट कैन हैपन ओवर हियर फॉर मी? मैं आपको अपने एग्जांपल देता हूँ। मे बी फ्रॉम अ पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ यूट्यूबर इट वुड बी के व्यूज ना आए, हो सकता है कि कोई मेरे बातें सुनने वाले बचे ही ना, हो सकता है कि सब मुझे गाली दे, हो सकता है कि कोई मेरी बातों पर बिलीव ना करे, या मुझे मुझे ट्रोल करे, एंड आई एम ओके विद दैट। जेन्युइनली आई एम ओके विद दैट। आई हैव बीन हियर इवन व्हेन जो लोगों का वर्स्ट होता है कि उनको व्यूज नहीं आ रहे, आई हैव बीन हियर ऑलरेडी। आई हैव ऑल्सो बिन थ्रू टाइम्स जब मेरे यूट्यूब वीडियोस में भी बिल्कुल व्यू नहीं आते थे। आई हैव बिन थ्रू टाइम्स जहां पे लोग, आई हैव बिन थ्रू सेवरल टाइम्स जहां पे लोगों ने मुझे ट्रोल किया है, एंड आई एम ओके विद दैट। ठीक है, क्या हो जाएगा? कोई भी परफेक्ट नहीं होता। लोग तो भगवान में भी खामियां निकाल देते हैं, तो हम तो फिर भी इंसान हैं। Give some advice to stop thinking what people and relative will think I am doing this that। by understanding कि आप उनके हिसाब से भी कुछ कर लो ना, तो लाइफ उनको नहीं जीनी, आपको जीनी है वो लाइफ को। कि मान लो कि आपने कुछ भी उनके हिसाब से कर लिया, या जो भी आप चाह, जो भी वो चाहते हैं, तो भी वो आके आपको, आप फिर अगर उनके वो चीज करके, मान लो कि वो चाहते हैं कि आप जॉब करो, मान लो वो आपको चाहते हैं कि उनकी ये एडवाइस है, आप उनको फॉलो करो, आप अगर फॉलो भी कर लोगे ना, तो अगर फॉलो करने के बाद आपको रिजल्ट्स नहीं मिले ना, तो आप जाके उनको कंप्लेन नहीं कर सकते हो। अगर आपने कंप्लेन की ना, तो वो बोलेगे मैंने थोड़ी तुझे बोला था कि तू कर, कुछ ना कुछ वो बहाना निकाल देंगे। तो उनकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है, आपकी है। आप किसी को ओपिनियन देते हो, एंड फिर वो आके आपको बोलता है कि देख मैंने तेरा तेरा दिया हुआ, मैंने तेरा एडवाइस ट्राई की एंड नहीं चला, तो अब मैं क्या करूं? तो आप बोलोगे ये तो तेरी गलती है, मैं क्या करूं, मेरे लिए तो चला वो। तो वैसे ही यार होता है कि अगर आप दूसरों की सुन लेते हो, तो उनकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं है वो आपका, वो आपकी गलती काउंट होगी। तो उससे अच्छा है कि आप अपनी सुनो ना। Anyways, guys, thank you for coming to the stream. That is going to be it for today's stream. I will see you guys in tomorrow's stream at 8 p.m. ठीक है? तो चलो guys, I will wrap this up. You भी look at my videos and look at the live stream पूरा स्टार्टिंग से देखो। मैंने ऑलरेडी 12th के लिए मैंने जनरल माइंडसेट मैंने फ्रेमवर्क दिया हुआ है मेरे वीडियोस में भी, यूट्यूब के, और मैंने लाइव में भी बहुत बार ये सारे क्वेश्चंस को आंसर किया हुआ है। So I'm not going to answer it again right now. I'm ending the stream. And if you really want, this is for general, like any one of you guys, if you want me to answer you personally, then you have to come on my coaching call where I'll give you your one-on-one time. I'll listen to you properly and I'll give you the solution, okay, to your problems. And you can find the link for that in the chat, which I have pinned, or you can find it on the top of my YouTube bio. All right. Other than that, guys, I will see you tomorrow. Thank you for coming to the stream. Bye bye.